Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Shauna, and today I am going to be going through my entire physical TBR, which you see stacked beside me. Am I concerned that this is going to fall on me? Yes. Am I going to try to do this as safely as possible? Definitely. And so I'm going to go through all of the books that are on my physical TBR shelf in kind of sections. So right here is the adult fantasy, behind it is the YA fantasy. Kind of in the middle stack is my science fiction, and then general fiction. Behind them is nonfiction, and then just a few of the kind of like middle grades. So yeah, it'll be easy for the timestamps if there are certain genres that you're interested in. But yeah, I'm not going to go through kind of the synopses of every book just because this video would end up being very, very long. But yeah, I'm just going to go through it now. So wish me luck because I do think this is going to fall at some point. So the first book is Assassin's Apprentice by Robin Hobb. Treasure Island by Robert Louis Stevenson. Keeper of Enchanted Rooms by Charlie N. Holmberg. And this little stack of the next three books is all by the same author, which is, of course, J.R.R. Tolkien. One of my goals for 2024 is to read the entire Lord of the Rings series. So it's kind of like directly above me, but I read The Hobbit. So the next one is The Fellowship of the Ring. Two Towers. And of course, The Return of the King. Next, I have Written in My Own Heart's Blood by Diana Gabaldon. Elantris by Brandon Sanderson. I have Daughter of the Forest by Juliette Marillier. The Fragile Threads of Power by V.E. Schwab. The Grief of Stones by Catherine Addison. The Will of the Many by James Islington. The Priory of the Orange Tree by Samantha Shannon. And The Justice of Kings by Richard Swan. So that is all of my adult fantasy. So now I'm going to go into my YA fantasy. So I'm just going to move it up a little bit to grab it easier. First off is Ruthless Vows by Rebecca Ross. Beneath the Keep by Erica Johannesson. Trestle and Eleanor by Garth Nix. Sisters of Sword and Song by Rebecca Ross. And The Ballad of Snakes and Songbirds by Suzanne Collins. Next, I'm going to move over to my science fiction. I have The Wind's 12 Quarters and the Compass Rose by Ursula K. Le Guin. The City and the City by China Melville. Recursion by Blake Crouch. Amid the Crowd of Stars by Stephen Lee. The Wandering Earth by Cixin Lau. Children of Time by Adrian Shifkovsky. Ancillary Justice by Anne Leckie. And A Desolation Called Peace by Arcadia Martin. Or Martine, I should say. Next, I'm going to go into my kind of fiction stack. It's a bit of a mix, lit fic, contemporary fiction, general fiction, all sorts. So I have My Brilliant Friend by Elena Fortin. I apologize if I am saying her name wrong. Fournette. Again, by the same author. The Lying Life of Adults. A Gentleman in Moscow by Amor Towles. The Secret Life of Flora Lee by Patty Callahan Henry. Something New Under the Sun by Alexandria Kellman. Homecoming by Yagassi. When the Moon Was Ours by Anna Maria McLemore. Cloud Cuckoo Land by Anthony Dewar. Norwegian Wood by Hirku Murakami. A collection of short stories by Langston Hughes. The Girls by Emma Cline. Pure Color by Sheila Heti. The Mountain in the Sea by Ray Naylor. This is Sherlock Holmes, The Complete Novels and Stories, Volume 2 by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. Mexican Gothic by Silvia Moreno Garcia. This is The House of Silk by Anthony Horowitz. This is a continuation of their Sherlock Holmes series. Like, this was approved by the Sherlock Holmes, Sir Arthur Conan Doyle estate. A writing of another story by another author. The Last Thing He Told Me by Laura Dave. Now we're going to get into my nonfiction stack before I go into... Actually, you know what? I'll go into my middle grade. I'll finish with fiction. I'll finish fiction and then go into nonfiction. So we have the trilogy of his Dark Materials by Philip Pullman. So that is The Golden Compass, The Subtle Knife, and The Amber Spyglass. And I have a really nice edition that I got from a secondhand bookstore. I have the entire bind-up of the Chronicles of Narnia by C.S. Lewis. I wanted to see C.H. Lewis, C.S. Lewis. I have book 5, To the Keeper of the Lost Cities, which is Lodestar, and this is by Shannon Messenger. And the last one for my middle grade is Frances Harding's Fly By Night. And now I will go into my nonfiction so that it can end in the same place. I have Half Broke Horses by Jeanette Wells. The Autobiography of Malcolm X, as told by Alex Haley. Just Kids by Patti Smith. Complex PTSD from Surviving to Thriving by Pete Walker. I Am Malala by Malala Yousaf. Racial Profiling in Canada. This is by Carol Tater and Francis Henry. The Eyes on the Prize, which is a civil rights reader. This is actually a collection of editors, so I won't list them all, but there are lots of folks. So it's documents, speeches, and first-hand accounts from the Black freedom struggle. Being Seen, One Deaf-Blind Woman's Fight to End Ableism by Elsa Sojansen. I'm not sure how to pronounce that name, but hopefully I did okay. We have 12 Years a Slave by Solomon Northup. A House in the Sky by Amanda Lindholt and Sarah Colbert. The Undocumented Americans by Carla Cornejo Villavicencio. I'm sorry, I'm very bad at pronouncing last names, but I might actually bring it to the camera so you can see that's how you pronounce it. Sorry. And then the last nonfiction I have is True Reconciliation, How to Be a Force for Change by Jody Wilson Raybould. And that is my entire physical collection of my unread books. So right there, all the gaps, that's where all those books go. So yeah, I'll have another video soon. See you later.